What advantages does the Tau language have compared to the TLA plus?
Okay, thank you for the question. So the first advantage of Tau is, and that is the whole reason around which Tau was crafted, and that is to speak about its own sentences. And what that means is that the Tau specification can specify properties about Tau specifications. So if you think about a program that receives an update, we in the Tau language can specify what this update basically has to satisfy in order for it to be merged into the program. That's something LTA Plus can't do due to language limitations, because some kind of self-referential mechanism that's needed for this in a controlled way is not part of the TLA Plus specification language. Then the second advantage of the Tau language is that it is decidable. LTLA plus is highly undecidable since it's based on the first order theory of set theory. And therefore, in the Tau language, we have much more room for more efficient algorithm to achieve whichever calculations are needed. That brings me to the last point, that Tau is built with program synthesis in mind. Well, so what that means is that if you write a Tau specification, the goal of the Tau language framework is to make this runnable on the spot so that you do not need to implement any code. Just having the specification is enough to run the computer program. That's the goal. The goal of TLA Plus, on the other hand, is to craft a specification and prove that that specification is realizable so that it doesn't have contradictions during any execution path. And for these proof, basically, there are tools available like a model checker and a proof system. However, what you have in the end is just the specification that you proved correct in whichever sense, but you do not have the program yet. So you need to implement the program based on the TLA plus specification, and Tau aims to skip exactly that step. So that's in a nutshell what the advantages of Tau are compared to TLA plus.
I will add to that, to the point about specification versus synthesis, that it is not only a very nice to have to get the program automatically from the specification and advance the software development world many steps ahead by that, but it is also absolutely necessary for software to be controlled by its users. So the users say properties of software that the software should admit, and for the software to just become like this, instead of manually implementing those changes, you must have the synthesis ability.